All right, so you want to move on now that the pandemic is hopefully moving on. It may never really ever go away, but we're going to stop isolating more globally, and we're going to start traveling and having a lot more fun now. So you might want to know, let's talk about what's it going to take to really move on so we can feel good and move forward. And so I thought what I do, I'm going to talk about this a bit, but in this video, I'm just going to talk about some of what's happened in the past so that we can help us figure out where we are in the present so then we can move forward. So we've had a couple of years, a year and a half anyway, of some pretty challenging times. What it's caused is a lot of mixed emotions, and specifically though, some polarized perspectives. So everyone was forced to make some choices. I think one of the first ones was, first of all, whether you should isolate and listen to public health perspectives or not. I mean, some people think, well, if that's an obvious answer, but other people didn't. So we made those choices, and then we decided, well, should we mask or should we not mask? And then it was, do you isolate or do you not isolate? And then it was, do you go to work or do you stay home? So we've had a lot of choices that we've all had to make, and what it causes for many of us to be isolated. We decided what's right or wrong, and then we stuck to our perspectives. So it's caused some conflict for a lot of people because you have people that you love who actually believe the opposite. I should vaccinate, I shouldn't vaccinate is a big one. And it's really challenging. The other part of this is that we also isolated. So that means we weren't out and about, and we weren't able to balance our own perspective with everyone else's perspective. It's just we became more and more polarized. So what it means is when we go back to hopefully some sort of more of a normal, then when I say normal, just meaning that I think overall we want to come together. We want teams that come together who feel comfortable being around each other, like physically, and having polarized perspectives is going to be one of the challenges. Even if you take away a pandemic, when you have people believing in different ideas and going in different directions, it's going to create some tension. So when it comes to that, first of all, just know that these are challenging perspectives. There's actually really nothing right or wrong in any of them. I mean, there are some obvious things, but overall, people make their decisions based on a very complex combination of different things. The way they feel, their mood, their current circumstance of their spouse, their job. There's just a huge combination of very complex things going into any person. So most people have made these decisions based on facts in the environment, what they're told by the government and the media, and all of that has its own spin to it too. But really what we made our decisions on was more assumption, because there really isn't a whole lot of for sure fact going on. And so it's tough to say one perspective is right and one perspective is wrong. Although we hold dearly to our own perspective, there's still a lot of value in its opposite. So if someone believes something is right, it's also just as equally possible for that thing to be wrong. So as long as we hold these perspectives tightly, it's going to be harder for us to come together. So I want to just offer a couple of perspectives on that. First of all, recognizing that we're all going through a tough time. Regardless of what someone's perspective is, if we can find any kind of kindness and compassion for people going through some challenging times, and if someone really believes strongly in something, here's all you need to know. It's that they care. See, we don't fight over stuff. We don't fight for anything that we don't care about. So as long as we know people care, that's what's behind all of this. And that's all that matters in the end. Regardless of what we believe, if we believe in totally opposite things, we're 99% the same, then we are different. So to come together means focusing on what we all want. And it's not separation and polarization. What we all want is we want community, we want connection, we want kindness, we want hope. Doesn't that sound great right now? How about some possibility, some passion? I think this is what we want. We want to see some progress, some success. And I think it's going to take is for us to have some compassion and understanding for people around us who've been through a lot. And it's challenging. This is nobody's fault. Nobody did anything wrong. And we're all just really trying to get by. Really, nobody ever wakes up in the morning and thinks, today I'm really going to mess up your day. Today, I really want to make things hard for you. Nobody's doing that. But sometimes when you have a perspective that goes one direction, theirs goes another, we don't really see the whole picture. We're not seeing their circumstances, and they're not seeing yours. And so it's like looking at a tree from a whole bunch of different angles. No one angle is going to be able to look at the full picture. So the best way to do it is just to be kind. And the place where you start is with yourself. If you judge yourself at all during these times, if you're hard on yourself in these stressful times, or even as things start to get more hopeful, you want to join the hope. Like, join in on that party. Look for opportunity. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is to not judge yourself. And if you judge yourself, then chances are you judge others. Best way for us to come together is just be kind to yourself. And as you find yourself being kind, you're going to start to notice other people's perspectives and opportunities to move forward. You're going to see that actually the whole reason any of this happened is because we have had great opportunity to move forward in this time. We have evolved a lot in the way we use technology, and now we're starting to see how much we do rely on each other and how we really do need hope and compassion to bring us together.